Hello, 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 and welcome to another video. Today, I'll be taking you through my camera case. So this is a old leather camera case that actually belonged to my mom. It had her camera in it. So my dad, for a long time, I think, was a professional photographer. He did, I think, mostly weddings, headshots, that sort of thing. And I think he kind of got my mom into photography a bit. She didn't do it nearly as much as he did, but she had her own camera, she had this case, and she had lenses. I don't know if she got it herself or if my dad purchased these for her. He probably helped her pick it out, but I thought I'd take you through it. So it's a 35mm camera that we have in here. I love these snap openings. I'll bring it a little bit closer to you for you. So we have this nice leather snap fastening to hold the straps up. It also has a crossbody strap here. Really nice. You can see where some of the threads started to give way, but I think it served my mom well for a very long time. And actually the straps come off here on the side, so you can choose to carry it with two handles or with the crossbody. As well, on the front here, these straps here with the buckles are for holding a tripod. So there are these loops here where you'd fit a small tripod horizontally across the bag. So it's sort of meant to be an all-in-one kind of situation. Really nice quality. These are not leather, but more of a plastic with metal buckles. So we'll take a look here, and I might do some close-ups at the end just to show you, and so we can get a bit of the texture. Now this thing always trips me up because I always forget how the closure works. I think you press or you slide it. We'll find out together. It always trips me up. Oh, where is that? Oh, here it is. So this is the part that moves, and then it unlocks. So it has a red felt interior. I'll show you a bit here. And then these elastic straps here. They might have stretched out a little bit over time, and I'm not sure what they held before. I don't really have any use for them at the moment, but we have this red felt-lined interior. So this is a newer addition to the kit. It is batteries for a different 35mm camera I have. It's actually one that's on my bookshelf. If you saw that first bookshelf tour, it's one that I have sitting up there that was my uncle's. And while it is a 35mm film camera as well, it actually takes batteries because it's a bit more modern. Like that one's from the 80s. I feel like this is from the 70s, possibly. I don't think any earlier. I think probably somewhere in the 70s. But in here we have little batteries, and then there's Q-tips because the other camera I have that takes these batteries, the battery slot had some corroded old batteries in it, so I wanted to make sure I had something to clean it with in case that continued on. So we also have some odds and ends in here. So this is a lens cleaning cloth. I think it's a disposable one. Sorry, I'll show that to you a bit better. So it's from Kodak. Just has a little lens cleaning cloth here. I don't want to touch it too much to avoid getting it dirty. Just something good to have. As well, similar function here. We have this little capsule style lens brush. Very much like a lipstick here. really nice sound. It's really cute, very compact. Put that up there. So now we get to the actual camera here. I'm actually going to bring this back a touch just so I can show you a bit more clearly. So it's sort of a case within a case. So we have this carrying case, also made of leather. So this is a Pentax camera. It has these little snaps here so that you can unfold the top and reveal the camera. So it attaches at the bottom, the same place where you'd attach a tripod. It has the carrying strap as well, similar function with removable clasps on each side. I find it just easiest to keep it stored in this case for putting it away. So it is a 35mm Pentax. I don't remember the exact make and model, but it's here it is, K1000. And we'll take a little look-see here. So we have the film advance, the shutter button, which is right here. There's no film in it right now, so. And then we have the winder to wind our film, or rewind it when we're done. There's a shoe here for a flash, which I believe is in the case, so I can show you that. And here we have the shutter speed, and the aperture would be on the lens itself. I don't have a lens on it right now. But the shutter speed here, and then right there where it says ASA is, I don't know if that's still used on modern cameras, but it's the equivalent to ISO, if you're familiar. So that's where we can set the sensitivity of the film, so we can match our camera settings to the type of film we're using. It's been a long time since I've actually used this camera or any 35mm camera, so I'll be honest, I'm impressed with myself for remembering all these details. But this is so satisfying. So because it is a SLR camera, single lens reflex camera, it's all mechanical, so even without anything in here, it still continues to function. And again, no batteries, it's all mechanical, it's all analog. So it's a lot of fun to fiddle around with. Take the lens cap off so I can show you the mirrors inside. And actually, this is sort of a fun experiment, so I'll advance the film and then actually watch it flicker. Did you see it? It's a lot of fun. Don't want to leave it out too long because I don't want to get too much dust or debris in there, but it's a lot of fun to fiddle with. Actually, I should line these up properly. There we go. Nice and tight. There. So this is the camera. Try and get it all back in shape here. Slip that back on for a second, and we'll just put it off to the side so I can show you some of the lenses. So, so the case actually, I think my dad helped customize it a little bit. I'm not sure what it came with, but it has these little lens cups to store the lenses safely so they don't fall all over the place inside the case. They're secure in here, so I just plop in and out. But I think he did cut out, oh, keep that up there. I think he did a little cutout here. So this lens is actually in the bottom of the case, but it's so long that it protrudes at the top. I'll show you a little later when we get to this, but this is actually a 2-layer case. But we'll start with this first lens, and I'll be honest, I'm bad at identifying lenses offhand. I have to look at them to see what I assume their focal distance is. So I would assume, what are you? Oh, there it is, 35mm lens. So it has a bit of a zoom, but here you can see where we can set our aperture. So it's a small lens. It's not going to let us see or focus on a too far away distance. But I think most of the time when I've used these cameras, I'm rarely taking photos that far out. Usually a 50 millimeter is all I use. This one, I think I actually have two of the same. Oh, this one says 49. I don't know if you can see it on the side here. It's slightly covered by the lens cap, but it says 49 millimeter. But it says 50 on the inside, so I don't know what to believe. We'll say it's a 50 millimeter lens. So this is a Pentax lens, so it goes with the camera. It's the same brand. And I believe the 35 millimeter one here, I think this is an off-brand. I don't think this is Pentax. Oh, this is Minolta. I don't know if you can see there, Minolta Camera Co. Limited. So this lens might actually go with my other camera that's a Minolta camera. I think it was just easier to keep all the lenses in one place since they're all for 35 millimeter cameras. So here we have the 50 from Pentax, bit of a zoom, and there's where we can set our aperture. Hopefully you can see that okay. So put that off to the side, and here's where we can take off this layer. Before I get too far in, I'll just show you. So this is where the actual camera body sits when it's in the case, and you can strap it in to keep it secure so it doesn't fall all over the place inside. And here are the cups that hold the lenses. There's a bit more of that felt lining. So really sturdy still. I think it's just cardboard, but it's held up well over the years. And fairly clean too. All right. So there's a whole treasure trove in here. We'll start here. So this is that longer lens that is actually taller than this lower level. So I think, if memory serves, I think my dad sort of put this together and made this layer so that it would sit on top so you could get more storage out of the case. But here's that taller lens. It's another Pentax lens. This is a 150 millimeter zoom lens, so 75 to 150. So it zooms a touch here, and then their focus ring is here. The focus ring is here. Pretty good. Very small lens cap, I'll be honest. Hard to pinch that off. Very nice. So, I don't think it's supposed to do that. It might be a little loose there. I don't know if it's really meant to slip around. But anyway, put that off to the side. And next up, we can look at this lens here. So this one is another Pentax lens. Yeah, 135 millimeter lens. So another one that a bit of a longer focal distance. A little loose there. I don't think it's supposed to turn like that. Just investigate that real fast. Yeah, oh, you know what? It had come loose. So the actual lens was coming off the front. We'll get that tightened back up. Okay. And here's the lens cap here, so you can see at the right angle, you can kind of see all of the layers of the lenses that make up this lens. I'll be honest, I haven't really used, I think, any of these lenses except the 50mm one. Sort of a good starting point lens, I think, if you're, you know, if it's a new camera to you, I think it's a kind of a good base level lens to use. Like, unless you're going out and doing, I don't know, big shoots. I think if you're just fiddling with the camera, it's sort of a good starting point. Here we have another 50mm. This one with a, I don't remember what you call them, like sunshade that my dad cut down for this size lens. So by default, they're usually much bigger because they're meant for bigger lenses. So my dad just took this one, put on the 50 and cut it and trimmed it down so that it wouldn't come into the frame of the lens. So you could still use it outside and avoid too much glare, but it wouldn't actually interfere with the picture you're taking. So another small lens, bit of a zoom there, their focus ring. There it is, just a little guy. Next, we can look at the flash here. Oh, I have some extra, for some reason, some extra lens cap and cover. I'm not sure what lens they go with. I'm trying to see. So there is a 50mm lens already on my uncle's camera that I have. So this might go with it to close off the lens, but I don't know what this cap goes with. It doesn't hurt to have extra though. Okay, so we will look at the flash next. So the reason it has this elastic on it was I believe it was holding a piece of board as a bit of a bounce to direct the light a bit more. So it held a little card that stuck out like this to kind of keep the light, I think, in one area. Oh, actually, I think I see it down here somewhere. Maybe not. There is something. Yeah, there's a piece of card down there. I don't know what it is, though. You can see that gray in the bottom. I think it's just extra card that my dad had used. Anyway, all to say, that explains the rubber band. I just haven't taken it off because I don't use flash. But it's there if I want it. So, here you can see some notes my dad took here. ASA 100, 15 feet, f-stop 8, blue. I know what all of that means except blue. I'm not sure what the blue indicates there. So this is the flash that would go on top of the camera. I can kind of show you again where that attaches. I always forget which snaps to take off to open up the camera. But it's this one. Okay. So, take that off actually. So the flash attaches in the shoe at the top there. Let's see if I can do this carefully. My hands. Oh, don't break. Okay. It's hard to do this not on like a steady surface or something. I might have to loosen it. Well, it should be already loosened. There we go. So, it's in the shoe, and then there is a lock switch. So now it's locked in, should be secure. And now it's attached, so pretty steady there. Now I believe, yes. So I don't know if you can see in this light, there is a cable input. I think for other cameras they would directly plug in or plug into a switch, so you can set off the flash automatically or manually with a separate switch. I've honestly never used the flash, so I don't actually know connection-wise what it might require. For this camera, I would assume it requires a separate trigger to trigger the flash. But I don't know. I am not an expert in this camera or in any camera. I know what I know, and I guess at the rest. Or I asked my dad. Try and get this off. So it might actually, because it has a pin kind of situation here, it might actually be able to trigger when those shutters pressed, but I have not tested that, so unsure. That pin could be nothing for all I know. Anyway, so this is the flash. You'll see some numbers on it. I don't know what they mean, but it's a Vivitar auto thyristor. The auto part makes me think it does sense when the shutter is pressed. Very interesting. Oh, but it does need a power supply. So, do I have the power supply? That's the question. Let's see what's in this bag here. I don't think I do. So, unsure if it requires it. But anyway, the flash is here if I ever find need for it. My dad's a big proponent of using flash and light meters, I think, because he's used to taking photos in a controlled setting, whereas if I'm taking photos, I'm not usually in a controlled setting. Usually I'm out and about. So, but even then, my dad would have like a tripod and light meter and everything. So this is another lens. This one Vivitar, so same brand as our flash here. I think it might be a little broken on the inside. I think one of the discs, one of the actual pieces of glass has slipped, because I can hear it rattling around inside. Try and take a look. Tell me if you see anything. It's really hard to tell. But yeah, I'm pretty sure something is broken inside. I don't think a lens should sound like that. But I'll hold on to it anyway. Not sure there's anything I can do about it. This is the worst part about putting lenses away, is aligning that lens cap properly. Yeah, okay. So I'm not actually familiar with what this lens is. It says 2 by 22, I think 22 millimeter lens probably, but in any case, I keep it in this bag so it's sort of out of the way and separate, and I know that it's probably not one to use. So I'll put that off to the side. And then we have another little case. This is for one of the Pentax lenses. This is another leather case, specifically for a lens. I wonder if it came with it. It had such similar styling. More red felt lining it. It's a cute little case. Honestly, it would kind of slay as like one of those micro purses. I think that's fun. So it is a Pentax lens case, SMC Pentax 2.8/28. So I wonder if it's for one of these smaller lenses. Oh, it's falling apart. There we go. Put that back in there. I don't have a lens in it now, obviously, but I'm not sure which one it's meant to hold here. So this is the 35 millimeter lens. This I think is one of the 50s. Yeah, this is the 50. And then this is a 50, I believe. Yep. I have about 3 50 millimeter lenses. It could have been that small one, but in any case, we'll just pop that back closed. I really love the strap too. It's kind of cool. Anyway, try and wrap this up so it's out of the way. So that is everything that's in the case. I'll try and put things back together now, and I might do some separate close-up sounds, maybe with some no talking. just so you can kind of enjoy the fun sounds that all these cases and caps have. Especially nice with like leather and the little straps. Okay, so the long lens I know goes here. This is sort of the tricky part about putting everything back, is putting it all back where it goes. This I keep there. Oops. This Pentax there. This one. Beside there. Put those there. And then I think that's that. And we'll put the next layer back on top. So it sits just perfectly on top, so it'll close but also have a bit of room at the top. So we'll put our first lens in the cup, second lens in the cup, and we will put our camera body back. Usually I just sort of tuck these away on the sides. And that's camera case. thank you for watching. I'll see you